Welcome to Mindful Buddha, your sanctuary for exploring the timeless teachings of Buddhism and cultivating a life of inner peace and clarity. Here we delve into profound lessons on mindfulness, wisdom, and spiritual growth, helping you navigate the challenges of modern life with compassion and purpose. Join us to discover insights, stories, and practices that inspire a harmonious and enlightened life. The nature of sexual immorality. In Buddhism, sexual immorality refers not only to inappropriate relationships outside of marriage, but also to indulgence in lustful desires, actions, and thoughts that violate moral and ethical principles. According to the Shurangama Sutra, sexual immorality is a significant barrier to spiritual progress and enlightenment. Those who engage in such actions are bound by desire and ignorance, making liberation from suffering impossible. Such behavior damages personal virtues, depletes one's blessings, and perpetuates the endless cycle of samsara, birth, death, and rebirth. For this reason, adherence to the 5 precepts, particularly the 3rd precept, to abstain from sexual misconduct, is considered essential for cultivating a life of virtue and spiritual clarity. The spiritual and ethical implications of sexual misconduct. Sexual misconduct extends beyond mere moral wrongdoing. It is a profound spiritual impediment that carries long-lasting repercussions. These implications not only affect an individual's current life, but also reverberate across future existences. Below, we explore its primary effects in greater depth. 1. Hindrance to spiritual progress. The indulgence in lust acts as a powerful chain that ties the mind to the fleeting pleasures of the material world. These attachments cloud the inner clarity required for spiritual awakening, as the mind becomes consumed by cravings and desires. In Buddhist practice, achieving liberation necessitates a mind that is pure, focused, and free from distractions. Sexual misconduct, however, fosters an environment of turmoil, making it nearly impossible to achieve the deep concentration required for meditation or to internalize the wisdom found in the Dharma. No matter how diligently one studies sacred teachings or engages in spiritual practices, a mind tethered to desire remains ensnared in illusion. This stagnation prevents progress on the path to enlightenment, leaving the practitioner trapped in samsara, the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. Hey there. Where are you from? I want to know which city you're watching our video from. Please leave a comment so we don't feel lonely. A small action like this will motivate us to make more videos. Thank you and much love to you. 2. Disruption of karma. The karmic consequences of sexual misconduct are significant and far-reaching. Every action we take generates karma, a cosmic law of cause and effect that shapes the circumstances of our current and future lives. Sexual misconduct creates negative karma that manifests in various ways, including emotional pain. Acts of betrayal, deceit, or exploitation lead to guilt, regret, and emotional suffering. Fractured relationships. Trust is the foundation of healthy relationships. Sexual misconduct erodes this trust, resulting in broken bonds with family, friends, and partners. Loss of merit. Positive merits accumulated through virtuous deeds can be diminished or even nullified by the negativity generated from sexual misconduct. The effects of this negative karma ripple outward, impacting not only the individual, but also their loved ones and community. Disharmony spreads like waves in a pond, disrupting the lives of many and perpetuating cycles of suffering. The way forward. Overcoming sexual misconduct. Buddhist teachings encourage practitioners to adopt a life of ethical discipline, mindfulness, and compassion to overcome the pitfalls of sexual misconduct. By adhering to these principles, individuals can repair their karma and resume their spiritual journey. Cultivating mindfulness. Mindfulness meditation allows individuals to observe and address the root causes of their desires, reducing the power of lust over time. Living ethically. Following the 5 precepts, particularly abstaining from sexual misconduct, fosters moral integrity and a sense of peace within oneself and one's relationships. Building compassion. Seeing others as beings who share the same desire for happiness and freedom diminishes harmful intentions and fosters respectful, loving connections. By understanding the spiritual and ethical implications of sexual misconduct, individuals can make conscious choices that align with the path to enlightenment, leading to a life of greater harmony, virtue, and inner peace. The impact on blessings and wealth. Sexual immorality is not only a spiritual and ethical concern, but also has significant implications for material blessings and overall well-being. This connection between virtue, wealth, and health is deeply rooted in Buddhist teachings. Wealth and virtue connection. In Buddhism, wealth is regarded as a manifestation of good karma generated through virtuous actions. Acts of kindness, generosity, and adherence to moral principles cultivate positive karma that brings about prosperity, stability, and peace of mind. However, engaging in sexual misconduct disrupts this cycle of virtue. Immoral actions deplete accumulated blessings and invite negative karma. The result is often a life marked by financial instability, conflicts, and dissatisfaction. For instance, loss of stability. Immoral behavior can lead to broken trust in personal and professional relationships, affecting one's reputation and livelihood. Diminished contentment. The karmic repercussions of sexual misconduct erode gratitude and inner peace, making it challenging to enjoy life's blessings. Over time, the damage caused by these actions leads to a downward spiral, where financial struggles and moral unrest feed into each other, physical and mental deterioration. Beyond its impact on wealth and karma, sexual immorality takes a toll on physical and emotional health. Buddhist teachings emphasize that actions rooted in desire and attachment deplete vital life energy, leaving individuals vulnerable to various forms of suffering. Family and social consequences. Sexual misconduct also has far-reaching implications for families and communities, eroding the foundation of trust and harmony that underpins human relationships. Marital and familial disharmony. Infidelity is one of the primary causes of marital breakdown. It fosters mistrust, resentment, and emotional pain among partners, often resulting in separation or divorce. The effects are not limited to the couple alone, but extend to their children, who may experience emotional trauma, insecurity, and a distorted understanding of moral values. In Buddhism, the family is seen as a sacred unit that supports spiritual growth. When trust and respect are compromised, the family structure weakens, making it harder for individuals within it to cultivate compassion, patience, and harmony. Social isolation. People who engage in sexual misconduct often alienate themselves from others, especially those who uphold virtuous principles. Immoral behavior not only tarnishes one's reputation, but also repels noble and trustworthy individuals who might have otherwise been valuable friends, mentors, or allies. This isolation can lead to a lack of meaningful connections and a sense of loneliness, further deepening the individual's suffering. Communities thrive on trust, mutual respect, and shared values, and any actions that undermine these principles contribute to social fragmentation. The role of desire in samsara. In Buddhism, desire is recognized as the central force that entangles beings in samsara, the continuous cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. This powerful emotion underlies much of human suffering and is regarded as a primary obstacle to liberation. Desire as the root of reincarnation. The Shurangama Sutra emphasizes that desire and attachment are at the heart of suffering and the endless cycle of samsara. These desires manifest in many forms, including love and emotional attachment, craving emotional validation or holding on to relationships with a sense of ownership; material craving, seeking satisfaction through possessions, status, or physical comfort; sexual desire, pursuing sensual pleasure, which often creates strong attachments to the physical world. These cravings cause beings to cling to impermanent phenomena, leading to actions fueled by greed, lust, or obsession. Such actions generate karma, which binds beings to future rebirths. The perpetuation of samsara. When individuals act on their desires, they create karmic imprints that determine their future existence. This cycle repeats endlessly, as each new life brings fresh desires and attachments, further entrenching beings in samsara. To transcend this cycle, Buddhism teaches the necessity of letting go of all forms of attachment, especially sexual desire, which is often seen as one of the most potent and binding forces. By cultivating detachment, practitioners can loosen the grip of desire on their minds and move closer to liberation. Breaking free from desire. The path to nirvana, the ultimate state of liberation and peace, requires a complete transformation of one's relationship with desire. This involves mindfulness and self-awareness, observing the arising of desire without acting upon it. Through meditation, practitioners develop the clarity to recognize desire as fleeting and illusory. Detachment from worldly pleasures. Detachment doesn't mean rejection of the world, but rather seeing it for what it is, impermanent and incapable of providing lasting fulfillment. Cultivating contentment. Finding joy and peace within, rather than seeking it in external sources, reduces the craving that fuels samsara. The Buddhist approach to overcoming lust. Overcoming lust is a critical aspect of the Buddhist path to liberation. The Buddha taught practical methods for purifying the mind and transforming desire into spiritual energy, repentance, and discipline. The first step in overcoming lust is acknowledging past wrongdoings and practicing sincere repentance. By doing so, individuals purify their hearts and minds, laying the groundwork for a disciplined and virtuous life. Adherence to precepts plays a pivotal role in maintaining this discipline. For lay practitioners, the 5 precepts guide ethical living, while monks and nuns adhere to stricter monastic rules to prevent lustful thoughts and behaviors. This moral framework acts as a shield against temptation and helps practitioners stay focused on their spiritual goals. Meditation and self-control. Meditation is a powerful tool for addressing lust and cultivating self-control. Mindfulness meditation enables practitioners to observe their desires without being consumed by them. By recognizing the impermanence and dissatisfaction inherent in craving, individuals can gradually weaken its hold on their minds. Another effective technique is contemplation of the body, where one reflects on the body's impermanence and inherent flaws. This practice diminishes the allure of physical attraction, helping practitioners develop detachment from sensual pleasures. The importance of precepts. The Buddha emphasized abstinence from sexual misconduct as a foundational precept for both lay people and monastics. Without cutting off lust and adhering to this precept, true spiritual progress is impossible. For monks and nuns, celibacy is a cornerstone of their practice, as it enables them to channel their energy entirely toward spiritual cultivation. Lay practitioners are encouraged to cultivate moderation and fidelity in their relationships, aligning their actions with Dharma principles. Stories and lessons from Buddhist texts. Buddhist scriptures and teachings are rich with stories and analogies that emphasize the dangers of sexual misconduct and the necessity of overcoming lust on the path to enlightenment. The Shurangama Sutra. The Shurangama Sutra serves as one of Buddhism's most profound texts on morality and spiritual cultivation. It repeatedly warns against the perils of sexual misconduct, emphasizing that true enlightenment is unattainable without first abandoning lust. One of the most striking metaphors in the sutra compares efforts to achieve enlightenment while clinging to lust to attempting to turn sand into rice. Just as sand will never transform into nourishment, a mind tainted by desire can never give rise to wisdom and spiritual liberation. This analogy powerfully illustrates the futility of pursuing higher states of being while remaining bound to worldly cravings. A Zen master's lesson. In the biography of the eminent monk, there is a poignant story about a monk who allowed a single impure thought to arise during meditation. Despite his years of disciplined practice, this fleeting moment of desire violated his precepts and created a karmic obstacle to his spiritual progress. This story underscores the critical importance of vigilance and mindfulness. Even the subtlest impurity can hinder spiritual growth. reminding practitioners that the path to liberation demands unwavering focus and self-discipline. The path to liberation. Liberation from samsara and the attainment of enlightenment require a complete transformation of the mind and heart. Central to this process is the eradication of lust and the cultivation of inner peace. Eradicating lust. The Buddha taught that lust is a primary source of suffering and a formidable barrier to spiritual freedom. Removing lustful thoughts involves purifying the mind and redirecting its focus toward virtuous and wholesome qualities. This can be achieved through mindfulness practices, observing desires as they arise and letting them pass without attachment. Body contemplation, reflecting on the impermanent and non-glamorous nature of the body to diminish physical attraction. Deep meditation, cultivating stillness and clarity, which allows the mind to transcend worldly attachments. By consistently applying these practices, practitioners can uproot the seeds of lust and create a fertile ground for spiritual growth. Attaining inner peace. True happiness, as the Buddha taught, is found in a pure and serene mind free from the burdens of desire and attachment. When the mind is liberated from craving, it becomes naturally peaceful, joyful, and content. This state of inner peace is not only the foundation of enlightenment, but also the key to living a harmonious and fulfilling life in the present moment. It allows individuals to interact with others from a place of compassion and wisdom rather than selfish desire. The teachings of Buddhism highlight the severe consequences of sexual immorality and the necessity of overcoming lust to progress spiritually. By adhering to precepts, cultivating a pure heart, and practicing meditation, individuals can escape the cycle of suffering and achieve true freedom. If you find this content insightful, please like and share the message to inspire others. Leave a comment with, "Unless the lustful mind is eliminated, the dust will not come out," to affirm your commitment to spiritual purity. Subscribe to our channel to deepen your understanding of Buddhist teachings and join us on the path of enlightenment. Together, we can cultivate blessings and wisdom.